I'm Keegan Shivers.
And I'm Nick Shivers.
And this is the Shivers Report, where we give you the most up-to-date real estate information
in the world,
and more specifically in the Pacific Northwest. So Trump has been talking about it a long time. He's been trying to get his boy Kevin Warsh, making sure that he gets in, but he's been trying to put no, don't start with that. So the time has come where Kevin Warsh is almost the new Fed chair. I think they were talking about they're trying to get him in before May 15th.
Right.
But yesterday, Jerome Powell had his last Fed meeting, and he said he plans on staying as a Fed governor.
Yep. Jerome, I gotta like Jerome Powell, whether you like him or hate. I like the guy because he's like, oh really? Trump, watch this, and he threw a nice little jab at Trump as he's going out the door. I thought it was great.
Yeah. The full Senate vote expected the week of May 11th. So Warsh could be sworn in by May 15th. Mm-hmm. That's when Powell's term expires. So with that in mind, I was listening to Ken McElroy, and he was talking about how Warsh is already talking about the new way to read inflation, mm-hmm. where they're not counting these spikes in oil, the spikes down and the spikes up.
Right.
Because that's the true where inflation's at, not these outliers that we're seeing. What do you think about changing the way we read inflation to read the numbers that we want to cut rates?
That's exactly what is happening. I mean, it's ridiculous in my opinion, but I get it. They're going to do everything they can to get rates down. And I don't necessarily believe that's a great thing. Mm-hmm. Because the fact is, it is part of inflation. Mm-hmm. The middle class is feeling. Where do they feel it? Right now, they feel it in the gas pump. It's over $5. Some areas, I think, a buddy of mine sent me a screenshot of over $7 in California.
$7.
$7. That takes money out of that working. That's a problem. And so, but again, I think Warsh was a hawk forever, mm-hmm. right? And unless he just wants to be like a whipping boy, I think he's going to have to be very creative on how he handles this, because it's going to be a challenge right now to cut rates. And I'm not sure it's a good time to cut rates. If we can just keep it the way it is, the market will... of course, most agents, oh, yeah, we want them to go to 5% because then things go crazy. But mm-hmm. is that really good for affordability? No, it's not. Mm-mm. And I'm not a fan.
Yeah. In the long run, though, I mean, depending on if he gets in and he tries to cut rates immediately with this new Fed chair being Kevin Warsh. And obviously, Trump has a hand in that.
Of course.
100%. So there will be a little bit of a change because Powell has 100% been disconnected from the administration in that sense. Do you think we're going to see, whether it be short-term or long-term, that rates do come down?
If this conflict in the Middle East gets solved, absolutely. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't, I believe it will get better just because when he gets in there, you remember the mortgage spreads.
Yep.
It's the fine dance between the 10-year and the
mm-hmm.
even if the 10-year doesn't come down, I think the outlook will be that interest rates are going to come down, so the spread will get better.
Yeah.
So I think interest rates will get better just because of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So because remember, it's about the outlook. It's people's confidence. I mean, that shows you in the stock market. When a tweet happens, it's positive. It goes whoop. Mm-hmm. When a tweet happens, it's negative. Whoop. Which is a scary thing, right?
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be that way. It should be the fundamentals of what a company's worth, but it's more like a popularity game almost.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the connection will be once he's in there and with what it looks like. I mean, anything can happen at this point. Nobody knows.
No,
we don't know.
No, heck no. We can sit here and talk all day in theory, but the reality, we don't know, because there are things in this economy that are unprecedented.
Because you'd think, I mean, just the way, inflation and what everything's reading with what's going on in the Middle East, it seems like it wouldn't be too smart to go in and try and say, hey, rate cuts would be a good thing right now for the trust of the Fed committee as a whole,
right,
for Warsh to have any leeway going forward. So it'll be interesting to see once he comes in on May 15th whether or not he tries it immediately or if he plays the game a little bit longer than some people expect.
He's a pretty smart guy. I think there'll be, again, with changing the way they factor inflation. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. Things that make you go,
Thanks for tuning in to the Shivers Report. If you have any questions about real estate in the Pacific Northwest,
we have you covered.